My name is Sunshine Monet. My name is Sunshine Monet. That's Sunshine, M-O-N-I-E. I make positive affirmation music. I am a Santi, I am a Santa, I am the hostie, I am the homie, and I am a Tamba. Yes, come home. I'm not going to keep preaching to y'all not listening. Come home. This is fun and all, but we got kids that we going back to, right? We got bills we going back to, right? Yep. Why? For what? How much money y'all spend to get in here? That should be going to land. This is a tribe right the fuck here. What are y'all doing? Are you for real right now? Stop playing with me.
Gonna lose. Choose. Because when we chant, they gonna lose. Which ancestor you gonna choose? I'm here for buying land. I'm sick of this shit. Black men, come the fuck home because these women are tired. We done got the degrees, we got the businesses, we're fucking tired. I'm tired. Mel is tired.
Oh, I'm not about to sit here and say happy Juneteenth. I'm not about to sit here and act like this is a happy celebration because it's fucking not. And we're not about to sit here and say thank you, Massa, for validating us once again because we never asked for your fucking validation.
I do a rain dance. I like to rain down my energy upon transformational energy and power. Us getting rid of the hallucinations and illusions that we hold near and dear to our heart because they resonate with us being on top of the hallucinations and illusions that have been created to oppress us today. Just know that the roots that we keep looking after and trying to hold on to, they are not going to do us no justice because they're what led us here in this moment. This is our karma from our history. Be accountable and become a root yourself for our descendants to look upon and feel pride and know that we are still capable of elevating throughout any and everything. I do a rain dance for Uranus that's sitting in Taurus, causing us to change our minds about how we feel about money and love and romance and relationships and owning other people and obligating other people to feel what we feel because of titles and namesakes. I hope that we continue to progress as a people. And as we look back in ways to honor. Cause I am Joanne, speaking my piece as loud as I can. Cause I am Elijah, my words like swords on fire. I'll leave nothing behind us, cause I am Ramona. Leave you breathless like Corona. Bow down to my persona, cause I am the... Welcome to the Smooth Sounds of Chaos. My name is Unica, pleased to meet your acquaintance. I'm balanced like a Libra, being your greatest inspiration. But if you want to battle, bring the candles to the seance, okay? This for the gentrifiers. Yes.
Peace, y'all. Welcome to the Planetary Forecast with your goddess, Sunshine Monet L. I'm very happy to be here. For those of you guys that are tuning in over here on Instagram, you guys can head over to my YouTube page, Less Nobody, so you guys can see the full effect of the presentation. As you guys know, I've been trying to add my visuals to the scene. So here we are. Hey, gang, we're here. Welcome to the Planetary Forecast, y'all. So we got some like big things happening. This week is pretty big but quiet at the same time. You know the vibes, we're supposed to be slowing down or whatever, what have you. So we can get right into it. For those of you guys who do not know, I go by the Netta rules when it comes to the seasons and the chakras and the planets and the zodiacs. This is also in alignment or parallel to the Kabbalah and the Tree of Life. So if you guys can screenshot this photo, we were just so lucky, if you will, to have the artist actually show up on one of our episodes and stake claim to the photo in the middle. So, like, you know, major shout outs to Shang. I appreciate you for pulling through and sitting on an episode. That was really dope. Appreciate you tapping in. And so, yes, this is how we go about, you know, speaking on it, as we go by the Tree of Life. So, moving on. Also, when you guys hear me speak on the chakras and you guys hear me speak on the energies that rule over the chakras, this is the vibe that I'm coming from. Every chakra has the 12 chakras. So every chakra has the 12 chakras, and then within every 12 chakras, the chakras, and then within those chakras, the chakras. You are such an infinite being. There is no beginning or end to your chakras. Don't get it twisted. Just how you can go on the Paint app and click on red number 2053AA30. That's how many chakras you have. That's how many different shades of red you have, orange, yellow. You are no different than that. What I do, because we could talk about we could talk about the universe forever, and I'd be trying to chop this down to an hour or two tops. We just stick to the 7 main chakras, and within the 7 main chakras, we talk about the masculine side and the feminine side of each chakra, and then I get into the planets that are within the masculine and feminine side of each chakra, and then we can get even into the elements that those zodiacs and those planets represent. Again, here's the chakra planetary alignment, so you can see what planets rule over what body parts, and we're connected to what chakra centers. Again, if you are not on YouTube, you can go over to my YouTube page, Let's Nobodies. It's in the title over there. On my Instagram page, you can go to YouTube on Let's Nobodies and tap into there. And then also, just how the solar system has chakras, your body has chakras, all the living things have chakras. Well, our planet has chakras as well. There are chakra centers. There's something you get into called astrocartography, where you can line up your natal chart onto the map and see where each planet that is in your natal chart was ascending, descending, in midheaven. So you can get a clear idea of different experiences that you would experience being in different parts of the world, or being around people, places and things, ideas from those parts of the world. This will give you a nice parallel of the experiences that you're going to experience, and that's pretty cool. Also, you can get into the natal chart of the city that you were born in and align your personal natal chart with the natal chart of the city that you were born in, and that's also pretty cool. So we're going to get right into it as far as the planets go and where they are in your chakra centers. We have the root chakra here. Again, if you guys are on Instagram, you guys can move right on over to YouTube, Let's Nobody, so you can see the visuals. If not, I'll be posting reels left and right, so you guys can, see these visuals in the reels as well. But we have the root chakra, which is our Muladhara, and this Mula means root and Adhara means existence. This is located at the base of your spine. This brings on the energy of being grounded, disciplined, also the energy of order, boundaries, authority, survival of self, and your basic resources. I have information on the slide talking about the different hakaus and mantras and the sounds and the vowels and the red wavelength and the notes on the key on the piano to play. Root chakra is associated with a cube. So if you're closing your eyes and trying to visualize your chakra, visualize that cube sitting at the root of your spine. And if you're trying to bring life to it or breathe life into it, you would imagine that cube kind of rotating and you breathing the red onto it, etc., etc. Now, on the masculine side of our root chakra, we have Capricorn energy, which is associated with Babalu A. As you guys know, I'm starting to transform our vocabulary a little bit because there is a power in a name. When you say a name, you're giving power to that energy. Peace, thank you for tapping in. When you give power to that energy, you allow that energy to continue living. We, as Aboriginals, have been given a lot of power to Greek and Roman mythology and not a lot of energy towards our own. We've become so versed in Greek and Roman mythology that we just automatically call the planets and the zodiacs according to the Greek and Romans. However, we had our own zodiac signs and seasons and planetary names and things like that. So it's in my intention to communicate the parallels and things like that. That plate that's in the microwave is Erica's. To communicate those things like that. And also that aluminum foil, there's chicken in there if y'all want that chicken. All right. So on the masculine side of your root chakra, you have Babalu A. This is the energy of Seker or Ta. And this is power, underlying structure. We're talking about the third sphere in the tree of life. When we're dealing with the third sphere, we're dealing with the energy of manifestation and creation. The planets that we have in that space, we have Mercury there. which is also Eshu. And right now that's at 17 degrees. So we have that in the fixed energy. Can you turn that down? So you have Mercury in the fixed energy of Capricorn. This is in the fifth house, so it's in the house of your heart chakra. It's in the house of your creative self, your romantic self, tapping into your inner child, those type of vibes. Then you have Venus also in that energy. Peace, peace. Y'all type in on YouTube so y'all can see the visuals and things like that. Then you have Venus. Venus is wealth and finances. Yes, Venus is wealth and finances. I kind of wanted to be able to just eyeball certain things so I could tell y'all off the bat like the different body parts. Where are you? Okay, so Mercury rules over your decision making, your chest, your nervous system, your skin, your navel, your nose, your nerves, your lungs, your tongue, your arms, face, and hair. It takes about 15 to 60 days per sign and 3 to 4 retrogrades per year. Mercury entered Capricorn energy around 12/6, yes. Then Venus rules over wealth and love, the face, the light in your eyes, your genitals, your urine, semen, throat, your body shape, your vision. It takes about 30 days in each sign, and they entered Capricorn energy around 12/6 too. So 12/6, 12/7, 12/9 were days where Mercury, Venus, and Lilith were transiting into the next sign. Pluto is the planet of transformation, of power, of rebirth, definitely, of stepping into your solar plexus chakra. As far as your body part goes, Pluto rules over the formation of your cells and your reproductive organs. All right. It has been in Capricorn energy since January 26, 2008. It will remain in Capricorn energy until April 20th, 2024. And it actually dips its toe in Aquarius energy on March 23rd, 2023. So y'all know how much I love my number 355. That's 13. That's for stability. So on that day when Pluto dips its toe in Aquarius energy, expect some certain things. But as you know, Pluto goes back into retrograde. So we'll be back in Capricorn for a whole nother year. And then April 20th, 420, gang, gang. That will be when Pluto really enters Aquarius. And that's going to be a fun time. Ooh, I'm excited for that 420. But that's what we have on the masculine side of our root chakra. So it's given, you guys making a lot of your decision making skills, especially in terms of business, in terms of who you want to be with, in terms of love and forgiveness, how you're treating the people that you love, the people in your circle, and things like that, how you're reacting. And there's a sense of power that's coming out of that. It's just a transformation definitely happening in you guys' root chakras right now. And that's a beautiful time. It's a beautiful space because we have all the meteor showers coming down to the soil, which is where our roots are. A lot of energy going towards just being still and being rooted and grounded right now, right? Because this is a space of rest. That sixth house, it applies to your daily routine. So that your daily routine is in your root chakra, paying attention to your root chakra, becoming more grounded, paying more attention to your survival of self. What are you going to do with self? What are your boundaries? Exercising your boundaries and having your boundaries exercised. Those are main energies that are happening on the outside of self. That's your masculine side of your root chakra. This is what people are witnessing. This is what you are experiencing. EX, right? The feminine side, which goes inward. In fact, I think I'm gonna start switch. I like it when I say the feminine side first and then the masculine side. So we're gonna keep that. But I try to switch it up to see if it would be different. But no, I like it better. Ladies first. But the feminine side is Aquarian energy, was associated with Shango. And we get into Asar, which is the vibe of self-knowledge. We're dealing with the first sphere of the tree of life, which is unity and power to be one. The energy that we have in this realm right now is Babalue, which is Saturn. It is at a mutable energy. It's now at 21 degrees in Capricorn energy. All right. And this is in the sixth house. So it's an immutable energy of Aquarius in the sixth house, which is ruled by Capricorn energy. Excuse me. Saturn is the planet of, Saturn is the planet of challenges, This is where a lot of your challenges are going to come from. Again, coming back to that mindset that you are creating groundedness and discipline and order. However, no, not however, but at the same time, those things are also being exercised. So you're going to have a lot of people, places, and things come into your space, and you have to really mentally make, this is crossing a boundary, that's crossing a boundary, this is what I need, this is what I don't need. I need to, creating routine for yourself. A lot of you guys are coming into creating New Year's resolutions. A lot of you guys have really experienced heavily the transformational energy of Scorpio vibe. So you're gathering all the things you've learned from that and really, taking your best foot forward in the next steps of that. But essentially, that's what's going on in your root chakra. You have, a lot of earth energy going on in our root chakra. We got some water, but it's mainly earth energy going on, with that Mercury, Venus, and Saturn all being heavy earth energies, and then Pluto being the water. So groundedness is definitely in order in your root chakra. It's okay if your root chakra feels like it's being questioned, that if it feels like it's being flexed on, if people are coming and poking at your root chakra, that is exercise to make sure that you are in alignment with the things that you said for yourself that you wanted. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we have for the root chakra. We move on to the sacral chakra. The sacral chakra is called the Svasthana, and this is where your being is established. And this is below the navel, right above the pubic bone. So it's in between your belly button and your pubic bone. And this brings on the energy of generosity, luck, wisdom, pleasure seeking, joy, creativity, sensual energy, and sexual energy. Overbalance of that is you're doing too much everywhere, you're stretching yourself thin. Underactive is you oppressing yourself a lot, not allowing yourself to feel joy, feel happiness, things like that. Usually people don't allow themselves to feel joy. It brings on that quote always comes into my mind: broke niggas should never laugh. Like, that's how I feel when the sacral chakra is blocked. It's usually because there's some things going on in the root chakra that are not being, adhered to or exercised or trusted, grounded, and so it kind of makes that joy energy, feel a little flimsy. Oh, the overall energy over our sacral chakra is sitting, Obatala is sitting in Piscean energy. So its home planet is sitting in its home zodiac energy. And that is so fun, bringing on transformation and power into this space. So the subconscious is ruling over your joy right now. The subconscious is ruling over your sensuality and your sexuality. Any of you guys that's into like, tantric, sex, or, manifesting things through, that type of vibe, or even utilizing your Vesta energy. And we'll get into that in a minute. That was by design, that popped up in my mind. But all of that is going to bring on the vibes of feeling joy and just being really tapped into spirit overall in this energy. I love that spirit is ruling over you guys, pleasure seeking sensors, because for a long time it was the wrong kind of energy ruling over our pleasure seeking sensors, and that's no fun, right? So as far as the feminine side is associated with Olokun. That's Pisces energy. We have Maya, universal love, law, justice, truth. We're dealing with the fourth sphere on the tree of life, which deals with the balance and celestial government. If you guys look on here, you'll see in parentheses different placements. And what that means is I don't just talk about the tropical chart. I also address the sidereal chart. I won't be vocal on it too much in detail in this episode. But it is up there if you want to screenshot. If y'all want to message me later about it and ask me about it later, but I won't dig too deep into it. Like I said, you guys can catch me on Tarot Tuesday in about 45 minutes. But yes, Obatala, which is Jupiter energy, we said is in that Piscean energy in the 8th house. Obatala energy is the energy of, it's like Papa Bear energy. Is like, getting that wisdom from your grandfather, getting that, how when your grandfather comes over, he about to give you some money. Y'all about to go somewhere fun, and you about to learn something. You always get your good lessons from that elder man in your family, and that's what Obatala energy is. It's that elder masculine energy in your family that's bringing on that wisdom, bringing on that generosity. 'Tis the season of gift giving, right? That's Obatala in a nutshell. Okay. In addition to that, Obatala rules over, where are you? Your thighs, fat, brain, liver, kidneys, lung, ear, tongue, memory, and your spleen. Okay. Neptune rules over your subconscious. Okay. These are your dreams, your secrets, anything that's beyond the physical of self. All right. Definitely tapping into spirit on this one. This also, as far as you look on your natal chart, this will tell you where you will need healing at in this life, where you find inspiration in your psychic identity. A lot of that in Piscean energy, that is, tapping into the subconscious, tapping into you're so funny. My bad. I was looking at my notes. Oh, yeah. Tapping into like your intuitive spirit, being sensitive, inspirational. Also be mindful of being gullible and impressionable, because while you're being intuitive and things like that, there are other entities out there that are being intuitive and inspirational as well, and they are utilizing their power to do that, to impose ideas and stuff on people and actions on people. And you just want to be mindful of that. But yeah, that's what Neptune rules over. That's the energy that Neptune brings, and Neptune rules over your nervous system and your thalamus. Then you have Juno also in your feminine side of your sacred. We got a lot of energy and spirit, as y'all see. We got a lot of energy in our inner joy, and that's beautiful, right? It just ties in all this gift giving holidays during the season. This is the time where the rainbow came after the flood. This is the time of Hanukkah when the one candle was out here just living his best life. This is the time where Sirius rises, or if you're into the biblical, parallel of Sirius rising, this is the time where Jesus was born and the three kings brought their knowledge. And if you're into the, the what is it, astro mythology part of it, the three kings brought their knowledge, but then the aliens came down from the star Nirvana, from Orion's belt, which are 3 stars, and the pyramids of Giza have their thing where they're lined up. So when you look at the pyramid of Giza, you can see Mizraim and Sirius rising, which happened, I believe, not yesterday, the 18th, the day before yesterday, I believe. Sirius rose and Mizraim rose right before. We'll get into that momentarily. But all that energy, all that Piscean energy, all that Olupun energy, bringing on that father of generosity, that joy and pleasure seeking. And then you have Juno also. Juno is an asteroid or a dwarf planet. I think there's a lot of ego on the planet Earth. All this judgmentalness and thinking Earth is very small in comparison to a lot of these dwarf planets. So I don't know. You do it that without. But Juno is in alignment with Hera, and this is the energy of bonds and contracts, wounds and loyalty. What is it? If you look at it in your natal chart, it's telling you, what do you need in a bond to stay? What do you need in a relationship to stay? Okay. And that's, what's going to get you going. Vesta is the energy of passion. This is your deepest desires. If you look at it from a neuroscience standpoint, you look at the neurons that flare off when you have sex. These same neurons flare off in your mind when you're engaging in this activity. Give you guys an example. My Vesta is in Gemini. I love to talk. I love communication. I love teaching. Oh my God, I love learning. If a man wants to come to me and have me swoon, you got to be teaching me, or you providing me experiences that provide edification to myself. Ooh, that's the way to my heart. You hear me? Is something about that, but that's like deep passion energy, and that's applied to the 7th house of one-on-one relationships. So for a lot of you guys, spirit has to be, covering a lot of your one-on-one relationships with that 7th house energy there next to Vesta. With the bonds as well, with that Juno energy, your relationships and your bonds and stuff like that. Spirit is really guiding you towards your relationships, your partnerships and business and romance. Some of you guys are playing eeny, meeny, miny, mo with the family members and the friends you're about to walk into this Gregorian calendar 223 with, whatever. Yeah, and that's definitely in alignment with the feminine side of your sacral chakra. So kudos to y'all for being in alignment. As far as the outside of you, what you will be experiencing from all these things going on within your ego right now is in Obatala. That's how we started off the week. Our egos in Obatala. I know. Tomorrow it will be in Babalu A. Don't worry, we're gonna get there. But right now, we're going to talk about Obatala, which is in alignment with Tahuti, which is the oracle, the sage, bringing on wisdom. We're dealing with the second sphere in the tree of life, which is the power of knowing and manifesting. Okay, and with our ego sitting there, our outer experiences is showing on the outside of us that we are gaining knowledge. It's showing on the outside of us that we are carrying on ourselves in a way that, hey, I started gaining knowledge, and this is really like, providing, you know, I won't say transformation because this isn't the eighth house. It's actually the fifth house. So it's actually tapping into your inner child. A lot of the things that you're learning is really tapping into that Akashic record, that you walked into this plane with as a child. A lot of you guys are reconnecting with your soul contracts, and that's pretty fire. So, kudos to you that are experiencing those things, because that's what the fifth house is all about, tapping into your inner child, your inner creative, your inner romantic, that self without the inhibitions that you develop throughout life. Yeah. So we're going to the space of knowledge. I love knowledge. Knowledge is fun. Now we get into the solar plexus chakra. The solar plexus chakra is the Manipura. This means city of jewels. This is where the gems are. This is where the ethers are, y'all. We dealing with yellow. We dealing with fire. This is located in your upper abdomen. But if you look on the back of you, it's also located on your middle back. Now, when I was looking at, doing my research, I don't know why, like, I've always known where the chakras were, but now I'm sitting here, I'm like, I don't know why that brought my mindset back to slavery, because you figure we were getting whipped on our backs, but your chakras are literally right there, from your root, your sacral to your solar, they're all right there. And then your heart chakra is in between your shoulder blades. So your whole lower being self and your middle ground self were just like whipped on. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. That came to my, as many times, I've been doing this planetary forecast for about 7 years now. Today was the day. Like, huh, what? Like, okay, so these are really, and then when you make those parallels, like, yo, those are really the chakras that got messed up the most during those times. Your root chakra, most definitely. I always just went over the sacral chakra, or feeling joy. Who was out here feeling joy? It was an imbalance there, because we was trying to, I was still want to sing and dance, but like it don't always feel like the time to sing and dance. So, the solar plexus chakra, this is your power, this is your middle back, and this seems to be the space where people be gunning for, punching you in your middle back, punching you in your stomach, your ethers. This is your willpower, your power, your self-expression, your self-esteem, your courage, your confidence energy. We're dealing with the globe shape. So if you want to close your eyes and imagine, activate your solar plexus chakra, you want to imagine a globe flipping around in different ways. We're dealing with the vowel sound, 528 hertz, all that. And if you guys can't see this, don't worry, I'll be making reels so y'all can see the slides that I'm showing on YouTube, or you could just slide on over to YouTube. Now, dealing with the feminine side of our solar plexus chakra, we're dealing with Ogun energy, which is associated with Hero Kahuti, the enforcement of law and courage and fearlessness. We're dealing with the fifth sphere in the tree of life, which is the enforcement of celestial government and the administrators. Okay, so Chiron is in Ogun right now. And Chiron is like how you turn your wounds into a superpower. The parallel that I make that with that a lot is like, how like people be going on, like, once upon a time everybody was going on like Dr. Phil and Oprah to talk about their feelings and stuff, and then you would see them like a year or two later they wrote a book about their abuse and stuff. I think one major story that that really affected me in my life was Dave Peltzer. He wrote a book called A Child Called It, and he used his child abuse to really empower himself. And he wrote a whole book, and it was a bestseller, and it was a Pulitzer Prize, and he did all these things. And then he turned around and wrote another book called A Man Named Dave. And me, growing up in a situation that I grew up in, reading his books really empowered me. And I read his A Child Called It recently, and it was so crazy how much stuff like was still in my memory maps that like I really applied to my life, like when I was, because I read that book when I was still in the situation that I was in. So being in the situation and reading this book and reading how this boy was playing games in his head, so that, because he felt like he was fighting for his life. Did I feel like I was fighting for my life? No, but I did feel alone, and I was scared. I didn't feel like I was going to die though. And yeah, I don't know. well, that's for a therapist couch later. We'll talk about that later. And it's so funny because we talking about Chiron right now, and it's like how you turn your moves into a superpower. But yes, I've turned mine into a superpower. My Chiron personally is in Cancer, so a lot of my wounds and stuff come from maternal figures in my space. So valid. So what I do is I'm super mom. I'm learning how to dial back on that because that's still coming from a traumatized place. But like, just trying to be, the feminine figure that I always wanted. And, it's providing transformation in spaces around me when needed. And that's beautiful. Chiron right now is in the eighth house of transformation. Chiron is also in retrograde. So it's slowing down for you guys to, really just sit into this energy and, be all about it. And, it's bringing on new beginnings. So for those of you guys that are really taking your time right now and still bumping your head with, dealing with your wounds and doing that shadow work and stuff, it's okay. It's okay. You're in alignment. As far as the sidereal chart goes, Chiron is in Piscean energy, so spirit is ruling over that vibe too, and it's getting you right. Aries is also in Aries energy. Aries brings on the energy of discord. It's your rebellious side or your activist side, right? And right now, the rebellious side and the activist side is most definitely bringing in new beginnings. Aries is the feminine energy of Aries. So this is like feminine rebellion energy that's sitting in the solar plexus chakra. So you see a lot of feminine individuals coming forth and speaking up and representing, whatever culture or disability or political movement or cultural movement or artistic movement. It's a lot of feminine energy coming to the forefront of those places and spaces. And you'll notice that it's not always in, the vessel you would imagine it in, but it's feminine energy nonetheless. Men have feminine energy too. You can go with inside your head. Did y'all watch Black Adam? Because they was really playing in our faces with that one. My man's had a whole ankh on his chest and was creating wombs. Like those force fields look like a straight stratosphere. That's a womb, bro. Like that's what my man's was doing out here. And then you have the ninth house of philosophies and traveling and things sitting in your Aries feminine energy. So some of you guys may be, expanding your philosophies, expanding your mindset, exploring other cultures, definitely. Just having like a deep inquisitive energy about different things, and it's bringing a power to you. Put that deep inquisitive energy towards this Chiron energy, because that's going to assist you with figuring out what you're going to do with your Aries energy. If you're Chiron like me, I would say my Chiron energy, like I said, is in Cancer, so a lot of my stuff was with maternal energy. So my Aries energy, I kind of rebelled against the majority of the maternal people in my life. I ain't gonna hold you. But also, like, I'm a maternal energy. I come out here and look at what I'm doing right now. This is nurturing right here. I'm providing y'all with edification. And I do this every week. And I do it like 4 or 5 times a week. I'm on like 3 different podcasts and I do a weekly reading and stuff. Like I literally do this. Like this is what I breathe, and that's that Chiron and Aries coming together, the masculine side, which is your outward side of yourself, is Oya. Okay. Again, that's also in alignment with Herokuhuti. That is on both sides, the enforcement of law, courage, and fearlessness. We're dealing with the fifth sphere and the tree of life, the enforcement of celestial government. The moon, we started off the week over here in Oya energy. So you was feeling the transformations, feeling the spiciness yesterday. And then to today, some of y'all are still in y'all bag. And then the fortune is also in Oya at the moment. The part of fortune is the space where like the sun's ecliptical, the moon's path, and the rising all cross at this one spot. And right now it's in that power energy of Oya. And we're dealing with the fourth house is also in Oya. The fourth house is bringing on the vibes of it's Cancer energy, your home and family. Tapping into your home and family and feeling empowered in your home and family, that whole vibe of things. So, feelings, a lot of you guys are bringing a lot of wealth into your home, bringing some fortune to your home, some generosity into your home. I've been talking to you guys. It's cool for us to educate each other, different adults and people across the globe. But if you're not sitting in a room with your children and providing them with the same amount of edification, what are we doing really? Are we really solving anything? Are we just hoarding knowledge and blocking it from our children to receive? For what reason? And not just your children that came out of your body. I'm pretty sure y'all got nieces and nephews and little cousins, and y'all don't ever want to be the babysitter, but y'all probably should be the one babysitting, and don't use it as babysitting. Be like, I'm about to break these generational curses. Bring all these kids over so I can, help them eat better, and get in touch with their circadian rhythm, and get in touch with their personal natal charts and human design, and what is it called, the genome code. That was another thing I started getting into and stuff like that. Their numerology, their geometry, like, you know teach them how to learn themselves and how to have, like, really engaging conversations to really learn the people that they're around before they start formulating bonds, because a lot of us have been spending the majority of our time trauma bonding with people around us, and that's no bueno. So that's what we got going on in our solar plexus chakra, y'all. You got feelings, you got fortune, you got a lot of maternal energy going on. As far as your heart chakra, this is the anahata. It means unstruck, unhurt, unbeaten. And this is actually in the middle of your chest, and it's between the back of your shoulder blades. So that space right there. This is the energy of self-esteem, love, wealth, wisdom, compassion, empathy. We're dealing with the shape of the crescent moon, the upper D note on the keys. For the it's what was it, D major and D major note or D minor note, and then D note for your actual heart, and then the C note for your lower heart. We're dealing with the U vowel sound, 639 hertz, and Yam. Oshun rules over the heart, of course, being at the fixated energy of Capricorn energy. So your heart chakra is really starting to manifest things. Your heart chakra is also leading the way right now. For those of you guys who don't realize, a lot of y'all have not been doing things y'all don't feel like doing. Your feel has been a big word lately. I don't feel like it. I don't feel this. I don't feel, and letting your feel lead the way. Also tapping into your inner child and how your inner child used to feel. It's time to let the baby take the role right now. And this is a beautiful time to do it. This is the season of wanderlust, right? This is the season of inquisitive energy. We I hate these words, Christmas, Christmas, Christmas. But like when you think about like different Hallmark movies and Lifetime movies and children movies, that wanderlust, that inquisitive energy, Christmas magic, that's what's happening. And in order for you to really appreciate it, you got to go into your childlike self and be like, oh my God, there's meteor showers and there's occultations, and we had two eclipse in one moon cycle, and you have to enter these things with a sense of wanderlust and inquisitiveness and openness as a child to be able to receive it to its fullest potential. And the heart chakra is definitely leading the way. And if you have been battling the heart chakra in that realm, oh my goodness, peace to you, baby, because I know that it's been a rough road for you. So peace to you. Please let your heart light the way. As far as the feminine side of our heart chakra, we're dealing with Het Heru, which is the Kundalini, sensual forces, the seventh sphere in this tree of life, which is the celestial workers coming together to design. We have Uranus in Oshun right now, bringing on the vibes of progressive change, right? Bringing on the vibes of, like, I always think of like that friend, like you keep calling them, complaining about the same stuff, and after a while they like, you can't call my phone no more. But this is the force that changes you to do something different. And right now Uranus is in retrograde, okay? So it's moving on back, y'all. It's moving on back. And its retrograde is, allowing us to slow down in our heart and really tap into our heart and create progressive change. Please go back to that inner child of self and hug your inner child and have those conversations and learn forgiveness. Forgiveness is coming from the heart chakra right now, too. Forgiveness of self, forgiveness of others, forgiveness and better understanding of experiences, enhancing your self-esteem with those actions of self. The true note is also in your heart chakra. So, we're being led, we're being guided. Our destiny is moving our footsteps through our hearts. Whatever you feel like doing and don't feel like doing should be taking the wheel right now. And if it's not, blessed be. The 10th house is also on the feminine side of your heart chakra. So, this is where we come into our successful self, right? This is our aspirations and achievements and things like that. And you know what? I'm gonna do that next episode. Get into the body parts. My notes will be a little bit better. I'm slowly getting it together. but the masculine side, so you're doing all that in the feminine side, letting your heart lead the way, providing progressive change and stuff to your pathway, and all these really dope wins that are happening within. And on the outside of yourself, what's happening is you have the Oba energy of net het, and that's Kundalini, sensual first, is still dealing with the seventh sphere. It's just a different, netter for this. You got Het Haru on the feminine side, Net Het on the masculine. We have Ceres in that energy. Ceres is the energy of my bad. I want to say it's agriculture. I'm still trying to like remember these off the top of my head so I don't have to use the notes as much as I've been using them. But yeah, Ceres is the energy. Yeah, I was right. Gang gang. Ceres is in alignment with Iris. This is nurturing energy, mom and daughter vibes, a lot of maternal energy, agriculture, nourishment. It's like more in detail Cancer vibes, more in detail moon energy. Okay. But definitely dealing with agriculture, and right now, nurturing. You tapped into the nurture vibe. On the outside of yourself, you are receiving nurturing vibes. You are giving nurturing vibes. Again, that's if you are moving in alignment. If you're not moving in alignment, a lot of that nurturing energy is going to be exercised, meaning your ability to stay a nurturing energy is going to be flexed on to see if you can maintain that through all people, places, and things. Okay. And we're dealing with the third sphere, the third house, which is the house of communication and community. So a lot of that's the space that's going to benefit from this nurturing energy that you are developing from Uranus being in your ocean. Now we're coming to the throat chakra. The throat chakra is the Vishuddha, and that means pure element. And this rules over your mouth, tongue, neck, ears, thyroid, parathyroid, and that's where it's located at. So we kind of just give it like our throat chakra, but it's also this whole area is all of this. All of this is the throat chakra. All of that. Okay. And it's the sound of hum, 741 hertz. The O vowel sound, and we're dealing with an inverted pyramid if you want to do the meditation and visualize your actual throat chakra doing things. The feminine side of your throat chakra are the Beji twins, Gemini, gang gang. Sebek is in alignment with the Beji twins. This is opposing forces, the left brain. We're dealing with the eighth sphere of the tree of life, which is labeling. Masculine and feminine side both give off the energy of Sebek, okay? Mars is in a Beji right now. Mars is our motivation. Mars is our instincts, our energy and desires, how you express anger and your passions. And right now it's coming out of your throat chakra. Some of you guys are screaming. Some of you guys are yelling. Some of y'all cursing people out. Some of y'all telling people how y'all feeling, how y'all felt for a long time. Some of y'all finally clearing airways out in y'all expression. It's not just talking. It's also writing letters. It's also, your behaviors of expression, right? How you're listening as well. My contact just got hella cloudy. Listening is a form of expression as well. All those things, is coming out, in a very aggressive, assertive way. But Mars also, brings on that energy of like ambition. It's like when you utilize Mars, it creates something new. Like when I curse you out, it's going to create a new behavior, a new mindset. You finally learn that when you fuck around, you find out. Like it's like that kind of vibe. So that Mars being in your throat chakra is especially powerful. That midheaven is also in your throat chakra. That midheaven in your throat chakra is like listen, listen, listen. Express and communicate and speak and write the things that you want to happen into existence. This is the time. This is the time to express it into existence. There is success that will come from that. And it may be aggressive, and it may start arguments, and it may start some type of distance between individuals that you should have been distant from to begin with. You know what I mean? It's all right. The 11th house is also in the Beji energy, and the 11th house brings on the energy of, your purpose of your work, your humanitarian pursuits. Now that we have, this Mars is around this space. So Mars is, that aggressive, assertive energy is going to come into the space of helping us broaden our reach and our role in society. Some of you guys are getting real aggressive and real assertive with how you provide for, you know, the people around you and your community. And some of you guys are activists, and some of you guys have been getting not possessed, but getting very aggressive, assertive downloads to give to people in your community to get it together. Get it together. You think too small. I need you to think big. Think big. Okay? On the masculine side of yourself, which is your outer self, we're dealing with a shoe. And right now our ascendant energy is sitting in a shoe. And your ascendant energy is like your outer self. This is the body that you're born with. This is your physical appearance and your general temperament. And this is what you give to others and what you expect others to give to you. So, you know, you're building up all those, you know, internal things, and, you know, your ambitions is saying express, express, express. And if you over there oppressing yourself and biting your tongue, ooh, I feel bad for you. I know you're starting to fire up in your throat chakra. So please, please, please be mindful of that. A lot of earaches, you know, mucus in the throat, definitely some type of, you know, issues with your teeth, your gums, all that stuff will come from you if you over there suppressing stuff. But when it comes out of you, it's going to be in your appearance. It's going to be in your temperament. You know, it's going to be like, all right, this is what I expect from y'all, and this is now what you can expect from me. Got my face. That's that vibe. That's that ascendant vibe that's going to be outside of you while Mars is in the inside of you doing that work. So for those of y'all that's in here biting y'all tongue, please stop. That's not for you to do. This is not the time for that. The second house is also on the outside of yourself, and this deals with your personal finances, your material possessions, your concept of value, and also like your changes in your self-esteem. For some of you guys are really getting yourself back from opening your mouth and saying the things that need to be said. And that's so important in your growth. And congratulations to you if you're doing it. Now we got the third eye chakra, which is Ajna. This is the command and being beyond wisdom, right? This is between the eyebrows, polarity, inner outer self, your mind, energy center, foresight. You know, you have your right side of your brain, which is your creative self, and then your left side of your brain, which is logical and rational. You know, your third eye balance, both the hemispheres are one. Okay. Right and left are just what do you call them? I don't mean literally right and left. When people say right and left, that's not literal. It's figurative. But it's those hemispheres, brain hemispheres. And it also rules over your imagination. We're dealing with the light element. F note, ma sound, 852 hertz, dum for the moon, and hrm for the sun are the sounds, because the sun and the moon rule over the third eye. That brings on that polarity in your outer self. The outer self is the sun, which is Haru, which is in the mutable Sagittarian energy of traveling and new philosophies and expanding your mindset. So your ego, your outer self is just diving into the world of, you know, knowledge, of Obatala, of Tahuti, of wisdom, of generosity. You're just seeing that on the outside of yourself. The inside of yourself is dealing with all set, okay? Is associated with Oset, and is dealing with the energy of Oya, which is Scorpio energy, in that third house of Libra vibes. So on the inside of you, you are, you know, in your community, and you're creating transformation, and you're stepping into your power, and, you know, you are empowering yourself, and your willpower is getting aligned in your third eye. All these makings are happening, and I love that for you, gang gang. The feminine side of your third eye is Yamoja, which is Cancer energy. This is, again, like I said, all set awareness of depth of being, learning, healing, nourishing your trance, nice sphere in the tree of life. We're dealing with worldly events in the divine womb. We have Lilith in Yamoja right now. Lilith is your deepest desires. Lilith is your shadow. Lilith is the things that you suppress in yourself because you've been convinced, and you've also convinced yourself that the world don't want to see this part of you. This is not these are not good traits to have. This is usually, repressed sensuality, sexuality, your vulnerabilities, most definitely, and your fantasies. All those things that you keep to yourself is now in your third eye. It's coming into your vision, especially for those of you guys who are doing a lot of meditation. It's really coming to you, those different things you repressed, and your triggers, and all that's coming to you. As far as Palace goes, Palace is also in your emotion energy. Palace is your genius quality that you may overlook, which is in alignment with your Liliths. These are things that you suppress. These are your vulnerabilities. These are things you keep into yourself. But now, if you are taking the time to meditate, these are the conversations that are coming to you through meditation. These are the affirmations that are coming to you through meditation. These are the things that come into you when you go inward, if you are going inward. The 12th house is also in your feminine side of your third eye chakra, and the 12th house is like it governs all things that exist without physical form, like your dreams, secrets, and emotions. Also attracting karmic relationships. Okay. Be mindful of some of those karmic bonds. Some of those people are coming in your spaces to give you a message that's going to either open you up to your third eye, or there's the personification of the message that is in your third eye. And because you are such a physical being and everything has to be in visual to believe it, the universe was like, let me send a human to tell them or show them what I'm trying to tell them that they're not tapping into to listen to. So that's what's happening there. Now, on the outside of yourself, your masculine energy, you're dealing with Urumila, which is Leo vibes, Heru, which is will, courage, discipline, your upper and lower self, right? Because Leo, we know, is associated with the 5th house, which is your heart chakra. And we know the heart chakra is the middle chakra. You have 3 upper chakras and 3 lower chakras, and your 5th is that middle zone. So that's that's the balance beam. The 6th sphere in the tree of life is maintained through coordination and what? Balance, gang. Celestial government and administrate. And the only energy we have on the masculine side of your third eye chakra, because we're not there yet for you guys to be putting your third eye out there and doing stuff, is really a time of inwardness and realization. You only have your first house there. The first house is the body you're born with, your physical appearance, your general temperament, and like your goals and projects will start to become manifested. But that's through your third eye. You really have to be tapped into your third eye to bring that into fruition. And then last but most certainly not least, we have the crown chakra, which is your Sahasrara. I knew I was gonna butcher that. My bad, y'all. I'm gonna get it together. But this means 1,000-petal lotus, and this is located on the crown of your head, that little soft spot that nobody likes to touch. This is your consciousness, your thoughts, your wisdom, your awareness, your connection to the universe, your ability to see beauty in all things, not just humans, but animals, going outside and plants and the dirt and paying attention to the grains of the sand and the soil, and looking at the birds and the clouds and the sky, like you just in awe, baby, wide-eyed. Okay. Enlightenment and beauty. We're dealing with the cosmo elements. There's a circular half moon, a geno, I-mying, or the vowel sounds, and 936 hertz. Okay. And then the mantras are and om. And there's no one planet that rules over this. This is literally the universe. The universe is rocking with the crown chakra. And now that we've tapped into the universe of the crown chakra, let's talk about what's happening in the universe this week. So I'll start y'all off with yesterday, which was Monday, December 19th. We started off at 20% Wan and Gig crescent moon. The moon rose at 2:49 a.m. and it set at 1:42 p.m. We were in the Scorpio zodiac energy at that time. The sun rose at 7:40. What is that? No, 7:16 a.m. and it set at 4:36 p.m. Okay. Pan-star CE 2017 K2 was the smallest distance to the sun at 11:48 a.m. This is a comet from the ancient solar system. It brings on the vibes of like saging the solar space and cleansing and clearing out. It's an Oort cloud, so it has a whole bunch of comets within it. Jupiter also has the best evening visibility of the year yesterday, so everybody was really soaking in that energy of wisdom and expansion and stuff. Yesterday was my Analyze's birthday, so I made, a nice little altar, and I spoke to my spirits. I put my people, and then I came to realize that the majority of the people that I have on the other side are Sagittarians when I'm looking at their obituaries, and I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So I had my little dialogue and I got my expansion. It was a beautiful thing. The moon was also in descending node at 8:31 p.m. Today, the moon is at 12% Wan and crescent moon. So we're still disappearing, still clearing away, cleaning until the new moon comes, and then we should be cleansed, right? The moon will rise at 4:01 a.m. and it will be setting at 2:14 p.m. We are in Scorpio zodiac energy. The sun rose at 7:17 a.m. and the sun set at 4:36 p.m. The moon in Zubin al Janubi, we're at minimal angle at 12:10 a.m. The moon was 0.8 degrees south southwest. Conjunction occurred at 12:40 a.m. The moon was 0.9 degrees south, and you will be able to observe that at 4:20 this morning with a 2.8 degree southeast separation. Oh yeah, if you guys look at the visuals I have up here, you'll see Pan Star, that comment up there, and the constellations, and then you also see the morning visibility of Scorpius that we had given to us on Saturday. Zubin al Janubi is a star in the Libra constellation, so even though we're in the Scorpio zodiac, we're still in the Libra constellation. Zubin al Janubi gives off the energy of Saturn and Mars, so it's a very aggressive, assertive energy. It's going to bring on the energy of challenges. Some of you guys may be easily triggered with the moon and Zubin al Janubi being so close to each other, snapping at people. It is what it is. The earth shine will be visible on the moon just before sunrise at 7 a.m. So the sunlight will touch the earth and it will go to the moon, and then you'll see a full orb visibility, so it'll look like the moon is full, and that happened this morning. The Leonis minorites reached their max activity today at 5 an hour. We had a beautiful meteor shower coming from the Leo constellation, bringing on the vibes of confidence, your outer self, really being tapped into standing in your power, courage, and tapping into that inner child, right? That creative and romantic energy of that fifth house, that child of Leo vibes. Betelgeuse was opposite the sun at 19. Oh, it's not 18 yet, gang. And I think that's cool because I was born, my birthday is 9/19. So 9/19, 1990. I like my nines. But so whenever I get something, oh, 9/19. So Betelgeuse will be opposite the sun at 9/18 tonight. Betelgeuse brings on the energy of success, fame, influence, and good news. It's a star that's actually ending the near of life, and it can become a neutron star or a black hole. It depends on how much matter is left over after it explodes. It's located on the shoulder of Orion. And it's associated with the energy of Osiris, which means dead, and Rudma, which is associated with storms. And it gives off the energy of Mars and Mercury. So it's expression and communication and decision making and patterns, but it's still coming in that aggressive, assertive warrior like energy that's bringing on new beginnings. Also today, Jupiter entered Aries, so we have a lot of aggressive, assertive energy. Ooh, peace to y'all. That's peace to y'all. There's a lot of aggressive, assertive energy going on in the cosmos today. Please be wary. Jupiter entered Aries today in the 8th house, so Jupiter is entering that energy of new beginnings, all the knowledge that you've been hoarding, all the wisdom, all the luck, all the generosity, all that is coming into new beginnings and creating transformation with that 8th house, and it's going to go straight to the solar plexus to empower you, to give you that confidence that you need. Just get through this day, y'all. With all this aggressive, assertive warrior like energy happening. Tomorrow we'll have a 6% waning crescent moon, so the moon is still deteriorating. It'll be at 5:17 a.m. It's going to rise and it's going to set at 2:53 p.m. and we'll be in the Scorpio zodiac energy still. The sun will rise at 7:17 a.m. and it will be setting at 4:37 p.m. The moon on Graphius will be at minimal angle, and that'll be at 5:20 a.m. The moon will be 3.3 degrees south southwest. You'll be able to observe that at conjunction at 8:22 a.m. Oh, you'll be able to observe it at 5:50 a.m. with a 3.4 south southwest separation. Let me see if I got that up here. Okay, so this is the 19th. These are things of the 19th with Jupiter and the moon and Zubin al Janubi. Oh, and with the moon and Zubin al Janubi being so close, Zubin al Janubi gives off a red-orange color. So the moon, the crescent moon, should have a nice orange-red color today. If you guys look outside, do y'all see an orange-red on the moon? Because I ain't been on science. But yeah, these are all the little visuals. There go Betelgeuse in the shoulder of Orion. But yeah, coming back to Graphias. So the moon is going to be around Graphius and Deshuba tomorrow morning, like between 5:50 and 5:56. So Graphias is in the Scorpius constellation, still giving off that aggressive, assertive energy of Mars and Saturn. Flexing and exercising, the different things that you guys are trying to do, assertive energy, new beginnings, definitely tapping into challenges and stuff. The Shuba is actually, it's also Mars and Saturn. It brings on misfortune of things, so it may feel like certain things are happening to you and different things. Um, it also may be a pretty like aggressive, assertive energy. The Shuba brings on the energy of assault and the immorality. So good luck with those guys. The winter solstice is also happening. So that's fun. We're gonna be in our dark stuff. So it's gonna occur at 4:49 p.m. tomorrow. The sun will be at its lowest declination. It will be the shortest day of the year. Guess what? It'll be 9 hours and 19 minutes. 9:19. Y'all know I love it. Um, Mercury will be 20 degrees east of the sun. You'll be visible at 5:10 p.m. in southwest, so you'll be able to, see the sun and see Mercury to the east. The moon in Aries will also be in conjunction tomorrow at 7:13 p.m. The moon will be 1.7 degrees north. Minimal angle will occur at 7:22 p.m. and the moon will be 1.7 degrees north. So, Aries is an energy that's also in the like Libra slash Scorpius constellation. Is located in the heart of Scorpion and it actually gives off the red and green energy. Have fun. Um, this kind of softens up a little bit because we're moving all away from the Mars and Saturn, where Saturn is like challenges, and moving into Mars and Jupiter. So we're moving away from the challenges and moving towards like, okay, you got the wisdom, you learned some stuff. Here go a little bit of generosity. Here you go. When Pop walk in the room, here go $1. Like, there you go, you made it. But it's still bringing on the new beginnings in an aggressive, assertive way. But it's starting to soften up on you guys by tomorrow. By tomorrow evening. Now, tomorrow morning, y'all still gonna be living in the residue of today. Mars and Aldebaran will also be in conjunction tomorrow at 11:38 p.m. Mars will be 8.2 degrees north. Okay. Aldebaran, like you guys know, Mars brings on the energy of new beginnings, aggressive, assertive energy, ambition, and motivation. Aldebaran is the brightest star in the Taurian constellation. It's actually located in the eye of Taurus. Okay. It's the energy of Mars, so Mars will be around Mars. But this star in particular brings on the energy of honor and intelligence and courage, kind of like a very intelligent military officer with integrity, that kind of vibe. So expect that in that realm of things. So if you guys are moving with integrity, with morale, or having new ones implanted within you, it will be exercised. Don't get it twisted. We're about to go into Capricorn. The sun enters Capricorn tomorrow at 8 p.m. A lot of things are happening tomorrow. Tomorrow is a whole celestial party for y'all. It's going to be very difficult in the beginning. Then it's going to soften up, and then you might get punched in the face when the sun enters the Capricorn. We don't know yet. Good luck with it. December 22nd, which is Thursday, will be at a 2% waning crescent moon. The moon will rise at 6:34 a.m. and it'll be setting at 3:43 p.m. Ooh, I had a moment. We'll be in the Sagittarius zodiac. Now, the sun will rise at 7:18 a.m. and it's going to set at 4:37 p.m. Venus and Albaldo will be in conjunction. Now, Albaldo is the energy of Sagittarius. It's located in the back head of the archer and brings on the energy of harvest and gain, building. If you're a traveler, it'd be a good time to travel during that time. And then, Venus is the energy of self-esteem and love and all that. There will also be an evening visibility of Leo at that time as well. December 23rd, we're not at the 0% waning crescent moon. Don't worry, the new moon will rise at 5:18 a.m. It will be setting at 4:45 p.m. We'll still be in the Sagittarius zodiac. So it'll be a Sagittarius zodiac moon rising. The sun will rise at 7:18 a.m. and be setting at 4:38 p.m. Venus and Albalda will be at minimal angle at 2:30 a.m. Venus will be 2.6 degrees south. The new moon will be no, there will be a max declination of the moon. So the new moon will be hella close. So that Sagittarius energy will be very, very heavy, but be mindful we're still in the Scorpio constellation because the moon in Cos Borealis will be in conjunction at 1:34 p.m. The moon will be 2.9 degrees south and the minimal angle will occur at 2:10 p.m. The moon will be 2.9 degrees south. Now, Cos Borealis brings on the energy of Sagittarian, Jupiter, and Mars. So we're still softening up with the generosity and the luck and the wisdom and stuff like that, but still having that ambitious power, sometimes assertive and aggressive energy of Mars combined. So you're feeling that on the inside. So, getting your feels on. Some of you guys might be mad. Comet Barenesses will be ending, and that is the meteor shower that we had. And then the Ursids will reach its max activity, and that's near the Ursa Minor, I believe, and they go at 10 an hour. The Pan-Star C 2017 K2 will be in conjunction with the sun at 9:25 p.m. And that is the comet that we spoke on. Then we move into December 24th. This is December 25th right here with the Venus being so close to the sun. And then if you look, you can also see Mercury and Pluto not too far off behind. So those, those four, celestial bodies will be hanging out with each other on an elliptical around the Sagittarius constellation. December 24th will be at 1% waxing crescent moon at 8:52 a.m. It will be rising and it'll be setting at 5:59 p.m. We'll be in Capricorn zodiac energy. Hold on one second. I told you I'm trying to get on. I'll be on Prenora Starseed tonight if you guys want to tap in for Tarot Tuesday. I'll be doing tarot readings on her as soon as I get done out of here. So the sun will rise at 7:19 a.m. and it'll be setting at 4:38 p.m. The moon in Albaldo will be in conjunction at 3:10 a.m. Yeah. And Albaldo gives off the energy of Sagittarius vibe. So even though we're in the Cap zodiac, we are still in the Sagittarius constellation. This is located at the back head of the Archer, bring on harvest, gain, and travelers. Did I read this already? I think I did. Ceres will be best AM visibility. The moon will be the smallest distance to the earth, so we'll be feeling the heavy Capricorn Sagittarian vibes. The moon and Venus will be minimal angle at 5:03 a.m. The moon will be 4 degrees south. Observe that at 5:03 p.m. with a 6.5 east-southeast separation. Conjunction will occur at 5:17 a.m. with the moon 4 degrees south. There'll also be an evening visibility of the moon on the 24th. The moon and Mercury will be at minimal angle. See, we're still dealing with the alignment of Pluto, Mercury, Venus, and the moon, not too far off. Everybody's hanging out in the Sagittarius constellation, even though we're in the Capricorn zodiac. And then the sun is still in the Sagittarius constellation, even though it's going into the Capricorn zodiac as well. Yes. So they'll all be hanging out, between the 23rd and 24th. The moon and Mercury will be at minimal angle at 4:44 p.m. The moon will be 4.5 degrees south-southeast. Observe at 5:11 p.m. with a 4.5 degree south-southeast separation. Conjunction will occur at 1:34 p.m. and the moon will be 4.7 degrees south. And then the moon and Pluto will be in conjunction at 9:54 p.m. The moon will be 3 degrees south, minimal angle at 10:45 p.m. The moon will be 2.9 degrees south-southeast. December 25th. 4% waxing crescent moon at 9:44 a.m. 7:18 p.m. We will be setting and we'll be in the Capricorn zodiac. The sun will rise at 7:19 a.m. and it'll be setting at 4:39 p.m. The equation of time, which is the sundial time minus the watch time, will be 0. The sun will transit at 11:59 p.m. That means that the sundial will actually show the correct time on Christmas. So that's cool. If you guys have sundials, you'll be able to tell the time. Then, the sundial is always correct to me. It's the watch time that's wrong, but whatever. The visibility of the Earth shine will be on the moon. Venus is the longest distance to the sun. Your plate is in the microwave. It's that black one. Venus is the longest distance to the sun at 10:09 p.m. December 26th, we'll have a 10% waxing crescent moon at 10:25 a.m. and then it'll be setting at 8:37 p.m. We'll be in the Aquarius zodiac now. The sunrise will be at 7:20 a.m. and it'll be setting at 4:40 p.m. The moon and Saturn will be at minimal angle at 2:51 p.m. The moon will be 4.7 degrees south-southeast. It'll be conjunction at 9:52 a.m. The moon will be 4.9 degrees south. So for my star watchers out there, if you got telescopes, I can't wait to get one. I got a camera and I want to put like one of those astro lenses on there so I can go outside and take pictures of the stars. And I could just have those on the planetary forecast. I think that would be so fire. We'll be able to observe that at 5:21 p.m. with a 4.7 degrees southeast separation. So you guys can see Moon and Saturn out there putting a whole bunch of challenges to your feelings. The moon and Deneb Al-Judi will be conjunction at 2:56 p.m. The moon will be 3.5 degrees south. separation. The minimal angle will be at 6:43 p.m. The moon will be 2.9 degrees south southeast, and you'll be able to observe that at 5:21 p.m. with a 4.7 southeast separation. Deneb El Jeldi brings on the energy of Capricorn. So even though we're in the Aquarius zodiac, we're still in the Capricorn constellation. All right. And this is located at the tail of the goat. So you know we're exiting out of the Capricorn constellation as well. This brings on the energy of Saturn and Jupiter. So there'll be some challenges on this day to the things that you're learning, to your wisdom, to your generosity. Expect some challenges in those realms of all the things that you've obtained. And like I said, this really is just exercising. You're exercising your muscles. You learned some stuff. Now, how are you about to apply the things that you learned? 19 Keys said something that really touched my spirit, because I always make jokes about being a knowledge hoarder, but this is really how I get in my own way. And as I've been sitting on this couch, I've really been paying attention to all the ways I get in my own way, because I'm very self-conscious about things, and I have perfectionist procrastination, in the words of the great knowledge born. But this energy is just really going to provide challenges to the things that you're learning, and the wisdom to see, okay, how are you about to exercise what you just learned? Because knowledge is not power. It's the exercise of knowledge that is power. So how are you about to exercise it? Okay. So don't think things are happening to you. They're happening to get your muscles right. And the Earth's meteor shower is also going to end. Now, December 20th, last but most certainly not least, so I can get y'all on up out of here. We're at the 19% waxing crescent moon. So now we have the moon returning back to us. It'll rise at 10:58 a.m. and set at 9:53 p.m. We are still in the Aquarius zodiac. The sun is going to rise at 7:20 a.m. and set at 4:40 p.m. And Teja posterior will be opposite the sun at 4:20 a.m. Teja posterior is it's in the Gemini constellation. It's located at the back foot of, I want to say, Pollux. It gives off the energy of Mercury and Venus. So it's like that bougie, self-esteem, high self-esteem, pompous self-esteem. Also paying attention to patterns in your wealth and love, paying attention to patterns in your ways of forgiveness and self-esteem and stuff. All that is on the forefront as well. And also expressing those things, communicating those things. This is the energy of force and protection. It rules over your hands and your arms and your shoulders. So if you have any dealings in that realm, it'd definitely be a time to get those things, situated with. And that's the weekly planetary forecast. You can see the Earth sits coming out of the Leo. And then you have the conjunction of the Pan star, C 2017, K2. And then we have the close encounter of the moon and Venus, and the conjunction of the moon and Pluto happening as these three celestial bodies dance around. Well, four, because we have Pluto, Mercury, the moon, and Venus dancing around each other in the Sagittarius constellation, which is really, really pretty. Then we have the moon and Saturn over here on the 26th hanging out with each other. So expect the moon to have a little red tint to it. As I get through the slide. Jupiter and Neptune hanging out together. And that's what I got for you. And don't forget, now that you guys have made it to the end of the video, use the code NOBODIES on lessnobodiescollection.com for $11 off any products, services, events, anything on our website. And that's what I have for you guys in our presentation. So thank you guys for tapping into the planetary forecast. I appreciate you guys for being here. Remember to subscribe to me on YouTube, Less Nobodies. You guys can move over to Prenoria's Starseed now if you guys are looking for a tarot reading. Me and Foxy Roxy will be handing out tarot readings today for Tarot Tuesday. So that's where I'm heading to right now. We're going to close out this planetary forecast with some videos on YouTube so you guys can listen to those as I head on out. All right, peace, y'all. I wanted to share with you guys my video because I created my own celebration for the solstice. I registered a star and everything in between, and I just want to share, that with you guys before, we close out. So thank you guys for tapping in and being present.